Matt Gray is here.
Good morning,
on the
America.
Blaze Radio Network.
Oops.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
That was on me. That one's on me. Welcome. It's great to have you here. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Elon Musk said yesterday that he believes former President Donald Trump belongs on Twitter, but he would personally prefer someone less divisive to run in 2024. I mean, that's a reasonable, wish.
Sure.
I guess he's wishing for this.
Sure.
The billionaire Tesla and SpaceX CEO also said he believes Joe Biden was only elected in 2020 because people had grown tired of drama. Musk, who is in the process of acquiring Twitter for $44 billion, of course, but that's on hold right now.
Yeah.
That is
Breaking
on
news.
hold.
He tweeted out shortly, just a few minutes ago. What was the tweet exactly?
Well, he's just saying that they need to prove that the spam
is less than
Twitter's
5%.
Less than 5%.
Yeah, the bots. There's no more than 5% bots. Now, they said that's just an estimate, so it could be higher than that.
Right.
Yeah, it could be 90%. We don't know.
Well,
you don't know. It's probably not.
They kind of do know that it's not 90%.
Do they know that?
Yeah.
Do they? How do they know? How do they know until they do the audit?
Are you real? You're on Twitter?
I am. Blue check mark.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Nina Jankowicz.
Yeah, by the way.
With the blue check mark stuff. Oh, what an elitist she is. The information czar.
Yep. The new truth minister. The minister of truth. Here's what she had to say about this is the Twitter thing, right?
Yeah.
The check mark deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, no, it's not a video. It's just the story.
Oh, it's not a video?
It's not,
it says video right there in your handwriting.
But that's not her that you picked up.
Oh, that's the other chick.
Oh, yeah. That's something completely different. No,
that's a mask thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play Nina Jankowicz.
Yes, the Nina is a video from a meeting that she was having on Zoom.
Oh, did you send it?
There's no.
Okay, well, there's no
so
video.
nobody said it. There's no video. For the love of heaven, there is no video, Jeffy.
I've never said we had a video of Nina Jankowicz. What are you talking about?
We are off to a wonderful start.
Happy Friday.
Wonderful start. The disinformation expert tapped by Biden to head the new U.S. agency that critics have likened to an Orwellian ministry of truth.
You okay, Jeffy?
Says that verified Twitter users should be able to edit other users' tweets if they believe they're misleading.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't want that power.
Are you kidding me? So I can go on Twitter and just change I am a blue checkmark person.
You got to give it context.
I can just go ahead and edit all of the tweets I disagree with.
Well, yes.
And I just say, hey, that's misleading.
Mm-hmm. But she also talks about that there are plenty of blue check marks that shouldn't be.
Oh, yeah. That would be us wiped out.
So the Disinformation Governance Board is going to decide who gets the blue check marks.
Wow.
So hold on a second. I've got a thought here because let's imagine a world where Elon Musk doesn't own Twitter. Like this thing falls through.
Mm-hmm.
How much you want to bet right now Twitter employees that are freaking out about his arrival on the scene there are just like creating They're just, overtime right now. They're just creating fake accounts to try to get over that threshold or whatever.
I'm sure they're trying.
She added, there are a lot of people who shouldn't be verified, who aren't legit. They're not trustworthy.
Thank you.
Verified people can essentially start to edit Twitter in the same sort of way that Wikipedia is.
Oh, change my own words for me. Thank you
so they can
very
add
much.
context.
You're adding
tweets.
context.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So that's her vision, is to wipe out everybody who disagrees with her from blue checkmark status.
Yeah.
And then go ahead and have all the lefties edit everybody else.
You got it.
This is so dangerous. Mm-hmm. So bad.
Well, right now, the Disinformation Governance Board really doesn't have any power, right? They're just an entity. So, when that happens, when they is that just going to happen one day, right?
Of course it is.
Somebody's going to get fined. Somebody's going to say, I've just been fined $10,000 from the the Disinformation Governance Board because of something that I posted on social media. And then that's just going to be the start of the board saying, we don't like what you posted.
There's no reason to have the board unless it has power. I mean, they didn't put this board together so that they could just express their feelings. They're going to have power, and they're going to have a lot of it, and they might be the most powerful.
That's possible. Yeah.
Part of our government that wasn't elected, that shouldn't be there. It is a ministry of truth, and they are the ones who decide what's true and what isn't, what's misleading, what's not.
Can you believe the stuff we're compelled to talk about in this country?
I can't. Yeah, I can't believe it. So the mask cult continues, though.
So this is the lady. This is fun stuff right here. I thought this would be a good way to start
This lady
Friday.
is fun because apparently she's into the mask situation.
Still a thing for people.
Hi, guys. I'd like to share with you my mask hack with a Ready Mask for dental work.
Okay, cool.
So this is a Ready Mask.
Okay.
It's an adhesive N95, NIOSH approved.
Oh.
I have the adhesive already taken off, and so I'm going to fashion it into a nose mask. So obviously you have to breathe exclusively through your nose for this to be to protect you. So you take your mask, you apply it over the nose.
He's serious, by the way.
Smooth it down.
Right.
Okay.
Nice.
Bring the bottom part up and attach it right over the pink part of your lip with your mouth open.
There you go, mouth open. There you
Smooth it down.
You're liking it, right, Jeffy?
Then you want to bring the sides together at your cheeks and then close it up all the way out. So you've got sort of a duckbill styled nose mask and can have mouth open for dental work. It has a good seal.
You have your mouth open for what?
Dental work.
Yeah.
For dental work.
Yeah. And if you wanted to,
now look,
you could leave it like this, or
you could leave it like a duck.
Fold it and tape it down with some strong
good
tape
idea,
against
right.
your cheeks.
Right.
Maybe even reinforce it here.
Maybe.
And then
Now, why don't I just
actually,
wear a
you
mask
can also
again?
wear it,
Dental
with
work.
an disposable N95
Or if you're trying to eat or
over
something,
into
right?
the office and take it off in the chair. So I tested it folded in with an
Did you?
3M Aura, and it worked just fine.
It works just fine that way.
Keep in mind that if you have a little bit or an edge that works its way
Then
open
you're gonna
during
die.
dental work,
You're
where you
gonna
have a little
die.
bit of a leak,
die.
it's still going to be miles better than a bare face. So hope that helps.
It does.
Did it?
Thank you.
Did it help you, Pat?
It's awesome.
Looking forward to wearing the duckbill mask.
I give up. I mean, people are.
Wear it. Wear it.
Yeah.
So let's use brain cells before we post things on the internet. Thanks.
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 Why? Why do we have these people? Why? Why are they so insane? How did this happen? We had a country full of mostly reasonable people. Now it seems it's the exact opposite.
We thought.
Yeah, I think
we did.
I think so. I think that's we thought.
Come
we did.
on.
They were just right there on the edge.
So that's specifically for whenever you go to the dentist.
I guess, but what if you're eating
guess.
too?
Yeah, you could
Or
use
you
it.
could use it for eating. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
I'd love to see
if you
someone
didn't
like
believe
that.
in the science that when you're sitting at a table at a restaurant that the COVID flies over,
Yeah, that's right.
you know that's science, right?
Sure.
What it is.
It would also work at home for eating, I would think.
You are 100% correct, my friend.
On an airplane when you're eating. That's a good idea. That's solid. That's
Thank
really
you.
tremendous advice there.
If you're so
weird.
inclined.
If you are.
If you're so inclined.
If you don't want to just wear a regular mask and pull it down or pull it up, one of the two, when you're eating.
Correct.
Or how about this? This is probably too crazy.
Let's see.
Don't use a mask at all. How about that?
Okay.
What would happen
Are we
then?
allowed to? Have we cleared that with the information czar, the Ministry of Truth? Are you allowed to even say that?
Well, we probably have to follow it up with. But if you do that, you're going to die.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
Yes.
you're going to die.
All right, you wait to.
Yeah.
Wait to
If
cover
you
your
go
bases.
maskless, if you just go barefaced like John, you're going to die.
Okay, so let's. I'm going to throw a hypothetical at you. Let's say you're in New York City at some event, and you're in the audience, and someone else is on stage. Which of those individuals needs to be? Do both need to be wearing a mask? Do neither need to be wearing a mask? How would you say this goes?
They should all be wearing a mask.
All should be
Yeah.
wearing a mask, right? Well,
Yeah. Like Patti LuPone, she's a Broadway actress.
Of course,
I
right?
guess she was
not happy.
at some event
Yeah.
on stage, and actually saw somebody in the audience who was not wearing a mask.
Oh, no.
She wasn't pleased.
No, she was not.
So.
Put your mask over your nose. That's why you're in the theater. That is the rule. If you don't want to follow the rule, get the out.
Whoa.
Calm down, Patty.
Get the blank out if you're not.
Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
Do not respect the people that are sitting around you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You pay my salary. Chris Harper pays my salary. Excuse me. Who do you think you are?
Wow.
Just
I'm
put
surprised.
your mask over
Well-
your
Mask
nose.
over your nose.
We have worked.
Yeah.
And how about this? Where's your mask?
Thank you.
Where is your mask?
She's on stage sitting as close to people
Yeah.
as the lady in the audience that she's berating in front of everyone.
I mean, those are the rules. She's right there. Those are the stupid rules. But I'm surprised that this will now lead, and it already is, leading to no cell phones in the theater to record them. You know, they're already doing that. They had the one actor that's doing the play where he gets naked, and you're supposed to put your phone in the bag and not film it. And somebody filmed it and released it. And now they're adding the cameras in the theater so that if you do happen to turn on your phone, I mean, I guess you get shot. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I guess, I mean, row 4, seat 11.
Man.
Ouch.
Yes, thank you.
You got people on stage berating their audience members now.
Right.
Yeah, one person in the audience that's not wearing a mask. Is that in New York? Do we know if
And
she's...
the person was wearing a mask. It was just down below the
Below her
nose.
yeah. Got to go with the duckbill option. That would have solved everything.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, would it, though?
No, it would not.
Would it for
No.
her? I don't
No, it
think
would
so.
not. Just to cover the full face. Yeah.
She needs a bag over her head, in fact.
Whoa.
Put a bag over your head, because then we're just going to tie it off and toss you into the Hudson.
All right. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm on board now.
Wow.
Now I'm on board.
Yep.
But what about the play?
Yeah, she didn't get to see the rest of it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
We're going to have our people. I'm not going to take you out to the Hudson, but our people.
Our people
My
will.
people will
Yeah.
do that. They take care of that
I mean,
stuff.
they're close to that.
Yeah, they are. I mean, look at how ridiculously enraged she was.
Rabid.
Wow. Jeez.
So, I mean, there are
Again-
two Americas.
Yeah.
Plain
But
and simple.
again, yeah, those are the rules, right? I mean, those she's complaining, but those are the New York rules. I know.
So we do know that's New York City? Is she on Broadway?
I mean, I'm guessing, yeah, you can't, when you go to the theater, you're supposed to, everyone's
and
supposed
they're
to mask up.
still doing the mask. Of course, they do have an outbreak going on right now. But here's the problem.
What's that?
The mask doesn't do anything, okay? It might make the woman on stage feel good, but it's not going to keep her from getting infected, okay? It's not going to keep them from getting infected. It's completely ineffectual. So,
Mask Karen.
wow, that's incredible. Yesterday, Joe Biden was asked a question from a reporter. Sir, message to families looking for baby formula. Do you have a message to those families?
Okay. Sir, message to families looking for baby formula. Do you have a message to those families?
What's the leader say?
Not in this case. I spent a couple hours on the phone.
Yeah. Not on this occasion.
Yeah, not on this occasion.
Yeah.
No,
not
we're
on this
here now.
occasion.
I'm not going to comment about Americans not being able to feed their children. Not here.
He still hasn't made a public declaration about it. He hasn't said anything about it in public. Meanwhile, here's what they're doing about it. This is what I love.
Oh, so they're fixing it.
Yeah, they're fixing things
Okay.
for illegal aliens.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now, the store shelves, when you go to the store and you see an empty 3 or 4 rows where the baby formula should be, it's because of this, in part. Because this stuff could have gone to American stores'
Absolutely.
shelves and to Americans who have babies who need to be fed. Instead, we've sent it to the border. Look at this. The Border Patrol agents have been instructed, of course, not to take baby formula home for their own children, but they're receiving pallets full of baby formula for the illegals.
I'm enraged.
Agonizing.
Biden is sending pallets of baby formula to the border. Meanwhile, store shelves across America are empty, and moms are being told they don't know when more is coming. So this is Biden's America right here.
Mm-hmm. By design, quite frankly, if you ask me.
This is the America Last agenda, the opposite of the Trump agenda, where it was America first.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about the MAGA king? Or?
The MAGA
King. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the MAGA crowd, who are so despicable.
Well, I like the ultra MAGA.
Yeah.
That's what I'm into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if we were in ultra MAGA country, I think we'd have baby formula on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Now, they also said they've been working on this case for months.
October, they were first made aware of this.
I mean, they have, right, and they've done nothing.
And they've done nothing.
They can't even do the hearing until May 25th.
And they're talking about being behind closed doors today, meeting about it
good.
and
Oh, that's
everything.
nice.
So, but they've done nothing.
They have known about this since October. We could have had this handled and not seen any disruption in service.
How can you spin this to make it Trump's fault, though? I'm sure there's
got to be a way.
That's what they're meeting behind closed doors. Okay, how can we pin this on Trump?
Well, it's supply chain issues caused by the MAGA king. Absolutely.
Right. And the MAGA crowd. Don't forget the MAGA crowd.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to the MAGA king, there's the ultra MAGA crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And those people are despicable and probably should be put in prison.
I mean, they're the scariest people in the country right now, right?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Oh, biggest threat, right? Biggest threat.
They are the biggest threat America faces. Yeah, I mean, we've heard that forever from Homeland Security, from the Pentagon, from the Biden administration. Yeah, it's the MAGA people.
Yep.
It's the white supremacy people. And here we are with no baby formula on shelves. And what can you do if you can't find any for your baby? Because you're not supposed to feed your baby cow's milk or goat's milk or any of those kinds of things. And then if you water down the formula that you have so it lasts longer, then they don't get the nutrients they need.
Right.
So they're suggesting if you can find any kind of formula, just some other brand name, that's probably the best thing to do. Because usually for instance, if you use Similac, you should stick with that the whole time because your baby gets used to it. And it messes up their digestive system.
I believe with my oldest child, I kept Similac with iron in business.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you switch to something else, but if there's not anything on the store shelves, and what are you going to do?
I mean,
what are you going to do?
Right.
Yeah, I saw where 43% of the country, it's completely out of stock. Like you can't get it, period. So,
jeez.
I'm going to have my mother of my wife's grandchildren start selling the breast milk that she has.
Oh, wait, what?
The mother of your wife's
I don't know where this is going.
Grandchildren?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Right. Okay. So
the
this
mother
would be
of my wife's grandchildren.
Your son's wife or
That's
your
correct.
daughter-in-law is what we're talking about here.
The mother of...
See. Okay.
Yeah. I think I got lost because it felt like math was involved, so I just gave up.
Yeah.
There's no math involved.
No.
She's the mother of my wife's grandchildren.
Uh-huh.
There is genealogy involved, though. Yeah. So
thank you. But we're going to sell her breast milk. I'm telling you, for sale.
That's the other thing they said. Donor breast milk.
Yeah.
I guess there are places where you can find donor breast milk.
I mean, this
seems kind of icky to me.
This is the third worldification of America right before
sure.
our eyes. Every day in the news.
Absolutely.
Every day in the news.
For sure.
And just when you dare to utter the thought that, I mean, what else could possibly go wrong? Something
show us.
amazing happens that you never even considered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have ever considered a baby formula shortage? I certainly wouldn't have. But yeah, if you can find donor breast milk, I guess there are people who, just pump it and save it. And
chewingthefat@theblaze.com is the email that you should email.
Okay.
And we'll try to make that happen for you.
All right. Yeah, I think they can
For
find
a reasonable price.
I think you could find another way without using Jeffy as the middleman. Right. And I read where it's pasteurized, so they don't just feed you diseased milk from somebody. Because you don't know what they have.
How dare you?
If I'm a donor and I'm just, squeezing off some milk into a bottle and I give it to you, you don't know what I've got inside of me.
How dare you?
Right? So you got to pasteurize it. And they do.
I'm going to start.
So I find that interesting.
It's pasteurized. Don't worry about
never
it.
mind.
I'm I'm going to start a thread on Twitter at Keith Malinak, and be looking for it. And if you're at the store today, this weekend, just take a picture of the baby formula aisle and put your town and your state, and let's just see how we're doing out there, because this is not America, or I guess it's new America. That's what it is.
All right, let me take a minute.
Happy Friday.
And tell you about Super Beats. As we age, the fatigue and lack of endurance we feel, we can't always be fixed with more and more caffeine, So let me introduce you to a new way to start your day. Super Beats Heart Chews. Do I have some of these? They're delicious. I mean, they really are good. I hate beets, but
Really?
These don't taste like beets, fortunately. And they give you energy and they give you nutrition. You don't need to do the afternoon coffee or the energy drinks that just aren't good for you. Candy for a quick pick-me-up. Add 2 delicious plant-based Super Beat Heart Chews to your morning routine or your afternoon routine and promote heart-healthy energy for your whole day without a caffeine crash. It's awesome. I love these chews and how they've made me feel, even after eating them on air. I just have more energy. It just feels better. The day goes quicker. And again, they're delicious. They really are good. For my listeners only, you can get up to 45% off, plus free shipping. Plus free shipping at superbeats.com/unleashed. This is their best offer available anywhere. That's superbeats.com/unleashed, up to 45% off at superbeats.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
So what do you think of Musk's theory of getting somebody less divisive? Do you think Trump is too divisive to win? I think he will win if he runs.
I saw that tweet last night, and I almost replied to Elon. I'm sure he would have read it. But
Sure.
I was just going to say, it doesn't matter who the Republicans put up. The left and the press are going to paint that person to be the most divisive. Because remember, they loved Donald Trump before he ran for president as a Republican. They will make anyone into an enemy and a divisive character.
Yeah. And I think especially if it's Ron DeSantis, because they'll say he's worse than Trump.
Yeah, he's on the top of the list anyway.
He is worse than Donald Trump.
He's going after Mickey Mouse and kids' books.
Yep. He wants to ban theme parks. Sure he does. Okay. Disney had an incredible quarter probably because of all this, and all of the publicity they got sort of backfired on those who don't want them to do well, because they did do well.
The streaming service, Disney Plus, was up like 8 million or something like that, right?
It was almost exactly 8 million, 7.9 million subscribers. During the quarter, they added that many.
Yeah.
So they're up to a total around the globe of 138 million subscribers. That's only...
I thought it was more than that, actually. But I
according
mean,
to
okay,
this,
it's just...
bringing their total global subscriber base to 138 million.
That doesn't sound definitive at all over there,
No,
Pat.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay, I'm just saying.
No, you can think
understood
it's
that
more
it
than
was
that
more
all you
than
want.
that.
Okay, you've got a faulty understanding, apparently, according to this article.
Because
but
you
that's
have it
fine.
written down in front of you.
I
I guess
do.
it makes it so.
Well, apparently, yeah.
What was your
you
number,
had no
Pat?
problem with the 8 million subscriber number, did you?
What was your number, Pat?
Well, you said it wasn't 8
138
million.
million. And what do you have?
I don't know.
Is it less than that or more than that?
I'm going to let Mom and Dad fight it out.
Still, though.
Let me read you the paragraph. In contrast, Disney announced in an earnings call Wednesday that their streaming service, Disney Plus, has added 7.9 million subscribers during its most recent fiscal quarter, bringing their total global subscriber base to 138 million.
I thought it was more.
That's
The numbers don't lie.
And maybe it is, and maybe they're lying on their earnings call.
You're going to trust
I don't know.
Disney Plus. You're going to trust the Disney Corporation. Okay.
No, I'm sure they're lying to all of their shareholders.
Now, they
I'm sure
had-
it's a total and complete lie.
I'm reading something here that says that at one point they had been at 205 million. What now? The company also said that the number of subscribers for all of its streaming offerings, when you include Hulu and ESPN Plus.
There you go. That's the difference. That's not Disney Plus, is it? No.
Yeah, well, that's part of the Disney family.
I'm gonna
That's
So if
not
we
what
put
I
the
was
18
talking
minutes
about.
along with the 7-minute together, you got 22 minutes. You sell it with 8 minutes of ads, you got 30 minutes.
Right.
Because
Yeah, when
Netflix
you
has
add
like
Hulu-
220.
When you add Hulu and ESPN and whatever else they're talking about, it's probably 205 or whatever.
Yeah, when
it
you
was.
put them all together,
Yeah.
it's just more than what you said. But
Yeah,
that's all.
because I was talking Disney Plus.
More
Disney Plus
Mom and Dad,
is not Hulu.
fight this out.
Is it? Is it? Isn't it? Are Disney
Hulu
Plus
and
and
ESPN,
Hulu
they're
the
all
same
part of
thing?
the Disney family.
They're in the
yes.
Disney family. That's not what I was talking about, was I? Jeez.
This is fun. No, it's fun. Happy Friday, everyone. So there you go.
Plus-
I don't understand that relationship between Hulu, ESPN Plus. Well, I know.
Well,
ESPN
they just
Plus.
own
it's
it
all-
all.
they own it
Yeah,
all, yeah.
Disney just owns them all.
Oh, I didn't know they owned Hulu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they bought Hulu quite a while ago.
All right, my bad.
Yeah, they own everything.
Yeah.
They own everything. We should have been worried when they bought ABC.
ABC, right.
Yeah. And then they gobbled up everything else.
I know.
Disney theme parks also came roaring back as the company emerged from the pandemic. Company executives touted Parks division revenues that more than doubled from $3.2 billion to more than $6.6 billion.
You got a stat on that, Jeffy?
No, but
I thought it was more.
But it really
if
is
you
misleading,
include
right?
if you include the Universal parks,
Yeah.
it's more than that.
Yeah,
if you're Disney World and all the Disney properties plus the Universal parks, and what about Six Flags? If you throw in Six Flags and Lagoon up in Utah,
What?
then
Is Knott's Berry Farm part of Disney?
no.
Oh, okay. What about Cedar Point? Cedar
no.
Point.
Is
Is
Gatorland,
not.
is Gatorland a part of
No.
No,
Disney
they are
property?
not, but they should be. Do not even start messing with Gatorland. That's one of the best theme parks in America.
Awesome.
Right there.
But it's kind of agonizing because we're pissed at Disney right now, and they're doing incredibly well.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
And it's probably because we're pissed at them and we talk about them so much, and everybody does.
Right.
So people are like, "Yeah, I'm going to go." Hey, that reminds me, we haven't
We
gone.
haven't
Let's
gone.
go.
Let's go.
Because it's just it's so cool there too. You know, the theme parks are fantastic. They have the new thing, the hotel, the Star Wars hotel. What do they call it? But it's that whole immersive experience where you have to stay at least 2 days, and it costs.
Oh gosh.
For 2 days and 2 people, I think it's $4,900
It
I thought it was more
per
than that.
person per day.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. If you want 4 people in your room with you, it's like $7,000 a day per person.
But it's all
Per person.
It's immersive.
Yeah, but it is immersive. Yeah, thank you. So, and you know what? They're booked solid, except for 2 days, I think, on the calendar, all the way through August already. And they just opened the thing. And it's that expensive, and you're still
booked?
booking it?
Yeah.
Incredible. It must be nice. Must be nice. And then you got the cruises that are starting to rebound for them too. So everything's going well, I guess, for Disney right now.
But their stock price. Let's see.
Are their stocks down? Because
Yeah.
everybody's stocks are down.
Yeah, that's fair point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 156. Where are we at now? Yeah, it's fallen from 156 back in February. and
156.
Now they're at 104.
Ooh, yeah, that's a dip.
It looks like they topped out at about 158 6 months ago.
All right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it costs. Here's the exact figure: $4,809 for 2 guests per cabin, $5,999, so $6,000 for 4 guests. It's only $6,000.
You want to
not
challenge this?
$7,000.
You want to challenge
Oh, I
this?
thought it
I
was
thought
more
it was
than
more,
that.
but like apparently, it's not what the
I
story
thought
said.
it was more
It's
than
not what the
that.
story said.
Well, what if you had the 4-park experience?
Oh, yeah.
It's more than that.
That's great.
Yeah. When you need rock. 1099 is there.
Rock of the Bay.
888-933-93. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Dragon Swag 4 tweets. So she wants to turn Twitter into Wikipedia, but only for blue checks. How about no? Vern Lundquist. Elon needs to make it a priority to get me a blue check mark. I need to be able to edit my own tweets. Vern's over here tweeting up a storm. Rowdy Introvert. So does Pat use the Pat Unleashed Twitter account, or is it by chance one of those bot accounts in question?
I mean,
Sniff there too. Constantly on Twitter.
I mean,
you don't earn the nickname Mr. Twitter for nothing. Am I right? Who's with me on that?
You don't.
No, thank you.
You don't.
Haitian 1999. So the Minister of Truth wants the ability to edit tweets, but Twitter won't give us our own edit button.
Right.
ES Wit 10. ES Witten, I guess. Is that what they're going for? ES Wit 10. Somebody told that mask lady her idea was awesome. She needs a Simon Cowell.
Right.
There she is. Right. Look at that. That is a good look.
It's so stupid.
But it's for dental work.
You look like an idiot.
It's for dental work.
For dental
It's
work.
for dental work.
Yeah, right.
Wait a minute.
Right.
No, you're making it more difficult for the dentist to get in there. Putting a duck bill in front of you.
And then while he's in your mouth and you can't breathe through your nose, what are you supposed to be doing?
Right.
Choke to death? Suffocate?
What a shame that would be.
Wouldn't that be terrible?
Yeah, nobody has told her the truth about that idea. The tweeter is absolutely correct.
Right.
Simon Cowell to the rescue, please.
You look like a moron, okay? The real cat daddy, maybe it's time for all the lactating men to step up and give that milk up for the kids.
Thank you.
There you go.
It's a no for me.
Thank you.
You're not going to share your lactating,
No.
whatever
No.
you've got over there? Okay.
No, it's
all right, whatever. Keep it to yourself then. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, the price is going up.
Selfish. Isn't he selfish?
Yes.
So Benjamin Flinsborg is a Pat head, and he tweets the show quite a bit. And so I posted that link to say, hey, put your city and state and your empty shelves or what it looks like. Well, this right there, that's Denmark for you right there. Full shelves over there.
Look at that.
Full shelves in Denmark, but not in America.
Okay. This is unacceptable. How? Now, I know the FDA had to shut down a major plant. The biggest plant in the United States for baby formula was shut down. Shouldn't we be able to survive that?
Yes.
Are we really this fragile that one plant goes down and then we can't feed our babies?
Yeah, we're fragile, and we have an administration that is completely incompetent on all fronts, and that's the best case scenario.
And they knew about it since
Best case.
October and have not done anything
By the way, they
to
shut it
fix
down. I mean, so it was bad and we shut it down. We didn't, clean it up and fire it back up again.
See, that's the thing. That when did this thing shut? I think it shut in February, right?
I think that when
that's when they finally got around to it after the babies died. Remember?
So in October, though, they knew about this coming.
Yeah, a whistleblower
in October.
came.
So the plant wasn't even shut down yet. So what happened? How did you not deal with this ahead of time to the point where you've already filled in the empty spaces?
Right, the gap.
In Denmark, in Europe. In Europe, they can feed their babies. In Europe. This is really, it's gotten completely out of control.
Sure has.
Embarrassing isn't the word. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's
suicidal.
Tragic.
We're committing nationwide suicide right now. Before we get into the rest of this madness, this is kind of fun. I've been reading your reviews the last 2 days of Top Gun, which comes out 2 weeks from today.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 weeks from today, it opens on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, we talked about it the other day on Overtime.
Right.
And played a little bit of the trailer, not all of it.
Hey, Rob, if you still have the trailer around, maybe we should play that whole thing. But, wow, it's on it. On it. Check this out.
What do we have here? Yeah, here I thought we were special.
Fellas, this here's Bagman.
Hangman.
Whatever.
What the hell kind of mission is this?
Everyone here is the best there is. Who the hell are they going to get to teach us?
You know who.
You're glib.
Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell.
No, he's
Let
too
me be
old.
perfectly blunt. You are not
Can't
my
be
first
him.
choice. You were here at the request of Admiral Kazansky, a.k.a. Iceman. He seems to think that you have something left to offer the Navy. What that is, I can't imagine.
With all due respect, sir, I'm not a teacher. Just want to manage expectations.
What the hell? Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking.
And we're off.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
We're going into combat on a level no living pilot's ever seen. Not even him.
You think up there you're dead. Believe me.
My dad believed in you. I'm not gonna make the same mistake.
Shut it up.
Someone's not coming back from this.
Those are your pilots. Anything happens to them. You'll never forgive yourself.
No turning back now.
Having any fun yet?
It's getting great reviews.
Everybody says it's great. I
reviews.
know.
In fact, every review I've seen 2 or 3, but they've all said it's better than the original by a lot. In every way, it's better than the original.
Amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah. 36 years later, and Tom Cruise can still play that part. That's incredible.
I mean, I'm a little hurt that Kelly McGillis isn't in the movie.
So is she. Although she did say she understood. Because what was it she said? I'm old, I'm fat, and they didn't want me.
Well, they can't spend the whole movie looking back.
Right.
The producers-
That's the thing. That's why Meg Ryan's not in it
That's
either.
correct. But it is,
Now, they found the worst possible, because I looked her up yesterday, and she doesn't look that bad as a rule.
She's coming out of a grocery store there.
Yeah.
Look, Pat, look.
That's,
Ouch.
How dare they find the
they
worst
found the
picture.
worst
How dare
possible
they
photo to put up against Tom Cruise.
Put up against
there.
the best picture that they had of her from '86.
Yeah, so she's not in it. Meg Ryan's not in it, but they did get Jennifer Connelly, and she's not exactly 20.
No, she's not. But
So anyway, good. It's supposed to be really, really good, and they did almost all of the scenes. They say in the air like that, the fighter jet scenes are real.
Nice. I was wondering that watching it because it
Cruise
looks
was
spectacular.
actually in there.
Yeah.
I don't think he was flying it, but he was actually in the jet when it was doing those things. I mean, that's incredible. Yeah. They didn't want to do any CGI, and I think they wound up doing a tiny bit of CGI, but almost everything is real. So that's what Cruise does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of interesting.
I know.
All right, let me take a minute to tell you about preborn. Perhaps the most important thing we can talk about is the abortion situation. And look, since we took up the conversation again, since we didn't allow them to tell us, it's too divisive. You don't want to talk about that anymore. Nobody wants to hear about it. You can't change anybody's mind. Just leave it alone. Since we put that behind us and started talking about it, look what's happened.
Yeah.
Look what's happened.
Yeah.
Roe v. Wade is potentially overturned. And so that'll go back to the states, but there will still be abortion. There are still going to be babies that need to be saved. And women will still need to see the ultrasound. And that costs $28 to show the expectant mother a free ultrasound. $28. Not bad at all, really. So if you could afford $28, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could do $144, that will get 5 ultrasounds to women. And then once they've seen the ultrasound, 80% of the time, they choose life. So whatever you can spare to donate Dial pound 250. Say the keyword baby. Pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
So, poll numbers out from Monmouth University, and this is on the president's job approval rating.
Oh,
good.
People love him.
Good. Puh, it's
They're
great.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
So, it looks like there it is. There's the figures right there. Disapprove is in the orange, and the approve is in the green.
This is his month to month, his entire presidency. Started off with 54% approval.
It is now 38%.
Uh-huh.
Started with 30% disapproval. It's now 57. So he's 57-38 disapprove to approve. Almost 20 points underwater. He's 19 points underwater.
But who pays attention to the polls? You can't pay attention
Everybody
to the
that lives in
polls.
Washington, D.C.
Yes. Yes.
Except when asked.
This is why the old man is so pissed off, because he can't understand why you don't love him. He's done so much for us. Why don't you love him?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much it, too.
It is.
And that's what Democrats always say. It's like, I guess I'm just not explaining it well enough for you to understand all the great things I'm doing.
Yeah. You don't appreciate the communism I'm trying to bring about in America? That's only because I haven't explained it well enough.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know how good communism is?
Here, let me stop.
No?
Let me stop some other companies from drilling for more oil and get the gas prices up a little bit higher.
Now
you'll
like
understand.
Now, how much do you love me?
Yeah, come on.
Well, Joe wants us all to know that the pandemic's not over. So, here he was yesterday on that.
This pandemic isn't over.
No.
Today, we mark a tragic milestone here in the United States.
1 million deaths.
1 million COVID deaths. 1 million empty chairs around the family dinner table.
That's a big table, man.
It's a fair point, Pat.
One family lost 1 million people?
Plus, does he say deaths? Deaths? Or is it just 1 million death?
I don't know.
This pandemic isn't over.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we mark a tragic milestone here in the United States. 1 million COVID deaths.
Deaths.
1 million empty
DES.
chairs around the family.
There's no
Deaths.
TH in there. It's 1 million deaths.
Okay.
Hey, Rob, do you have the tweet
He's so
from
bad.
Defiant L's? Look at this. This is Joe Biden back in October of 2020. He tweeted this out.
If you hear nothing...
No. Yeah.
What, 220,000 deaths?
So he's, remarking on the 220,000 deaths. At the
Right.
time.
If you hear nothing else I say tonight, hear this. Yeah, we have this audio. We've played it before. Anyone who's responsible for that many deaths should not remain president of the United
So
States.
now there's, what, 780,000 deaths under his watch?
He got to go.
He got to go.
220,000 Americans dead.
Remember this?
Anyone who's responsible for that many deaths should not remain as president of the United States of America.
Hear, hear.
Hello. Yes,
Hear, hear.
no doubt.
Yes.
Amen.
One of the very,
Amen.
very, very few things we agree on. Get out! Get out! Yeah,
More people have died under Biden than Trump, despite having a vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
Wendell Hasibo says.
But that was,
Right.
because of the MAGA king.
Yes.
That was because of
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, the vaccine was because of the MAGA king. Sure. Mm-hmm. And they don't seem to mention that.
No,
though.
they don't.
They don't. And it's interesting because that is the one thing. Well, there's two things now that are not popular with Trump supporters: the vaccine,
right,
and his support for Mehmet Oz.
Oh yeah,
Dr. Oz is not popular with conservatives because he's not conservative.
And the Trump crowd has been pushing Oz hard. I mean, they
have they.
The Trump.
There's a lot of opposition from like Sean Hannity, for instance, against Dr. Oz. Right? Isn't Hannity for McCormick?
Okay, if you say so. I mean, I have not watched Hannity
I think he
in
is.
a while, but I thought he was
because Dr. Oz.
I thought he was an
is
Oz guy.
Terrible. He's pro-abortion. He's bad on many issues. I don't even know why he's running as a Republican. I don't understand how Donald Trump endorsed him. Are you looking for whether or not Hannity's an Oz guy?
I don't know. He had Oz on the other night.
Did he?
Yeah, that's what I was
or
thinking
on a show,
of.
maybe radio show. I don't know.
Because I saw some tweets saying Hannity really pushing, Trump's Oz today. And I think that was his radio show that they were talking about.
My father taught me how to handle my
and
first
this is
gun.
probably
I taught my son
why.
Oliver how to do the same.
Because he's
I've been shooting and hunting my whole life. So
American.
people say I won't support guns. They're dead wrong.
Oh no!
Whoa.
No,
Look how gun-like he is.
Know that I'm strong on the Second Amendment. Ted Nugent, Rick
Give me this
Perry,
gun.
President
I
Trump.
love this.
But our Second Amendment is not just about hunting. It's about our constitutional right to protect ourselves from intruders or an overly intrusive government. So as your next U.S. Senator, I will fight for our constitutional rights.
I will fight for our constitutional rights. Looks like it's maybe the second time in his life he's ever picked up a gun.
What do you
maybe
mean they showed him shooting?
I know, yeah.
How about plaid?
No, according to
How many times
this,
has he worn plaid?
Thank you.
That's the first. That is the first time in his life. This YouTube says President Trump and Sean Hannity endorsed Dr. Mehmet Oz.
Yeah.
So you might be right about that.
There we go.
I mean, Hannity going against Trump on anything.
Well, that's my
would be miraculous because I don't think I've never seen it.
No, right.
I've never seen it. So
a lot of people think there's a reason for that.
What is the reason?
They're connected.
In what way?
Sean has inputted himself into the behind of Donald Trump. A lot of people think that. No, that's nothing to do with business.
No, that's not a business thing.
No, that's not a business thing at all.
That's like you're just up his butt.
You're correct.
Right.
I'm going home.
Yeah. And like you got your
a lot of
head
people,
so
not me.
far
I wouldn't say that.
No.
Look at me.
None of us would say that.
No, thank you. I'm
No.
saying
That's right.
what was being said.
All right, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Hey, we were talking about the Dr. Oz situation running for Senate in Pennsylvania against McCormick and Kathy Barnett. The Kathy Barnett situation is interesting there too. The endorsements are interesting because I don't know how, as a conservative, you endorse Dr. Oz. I don't understand it. I don't understand the Trump endorsement there. Maybe they're good friends. I don't know.
It's possible.
But the guy has said things. I mean, he's trying to cover it up now with this new ad about guns, but he's supported gun control in the past. He supports abortion. I mean, he's a terrible candidate. Absolutely terrible. And then you've got Kathy Barnett, who has all kinds of baggage. Some of the things she has said, and
I know
it's difficult.
I read a story yesterday that gave a whole big lineup of things that she had said.
Right,
I did.
I saw that too,
and I was like,
I saw that
"Whoa!" And I read it, and I took it with a kind of a grain of salt, like maybe she didn't actually say all that.
Right, but no, I think she did.
I think she did.
Oh no, I have not seen this.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
Oh no,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
There's like
it's a lot.
QAnon stuff.
The BLM.
BLM.
Oh, wait, hold on. I know she did a video. I think it was against BLM, but she just tagged BLM and so she did the hashtag BLM and the hashtag defund the police. And so everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, you want to defund the police? You're pro BLM." And no,
the video was something else.
Yeah, she was just trying to
to
draw an audience in to see this.
There you go.
Because I watched enough of that video to know it wasn't pro Black Lives Matter, pro defund the police.
I will say this: she's not a huge fan of the Muslim religion.
Oh,
she's not.
Oh,
is that a problem?
No, I mean it's okay. You should be able to be a fan or not a fan of anything you want.
Oh
frankly.
no, is there a quote?
But maybe you keep some of that stuff.
Oh no,
on your inside voice.
Wow.
You know.
Oh no!
Wow.
She's just given cannon fodder to the other side in a general election situation, and so if she wins, everybody's worried about the fact that she can't win the general because they're going to just attack her like nobody's been attacked. Well, except Donald Trump. I mean, I think he could relate to that.
Right.
But he, in fact, is attacking her. They did some really misleading edits to something to make it look like she was saying things she was not
and maybe
saying. That might be what you
the
saw.
BLM thing. Yeah.
I think that is. I think one of those things is the BLM situation. But, we played, I don't know if we still have this laying around somewhere, but we played one of her campaign ads a long time ago, right? After, who was it that suggested her to us?
And we played her thing when she was in a debate. Right, we played some audio of her in a debate that was really good.
Yes.
And Glenn had her on the other day. She sounded
I think just
okay.
yesterday. Yeah, she was okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just don't want to lose out on a seat that Republicans could gain, in Pennsylvania or anywhere else. We need to take back the Senate.
And maybe that's what, maybe that's why Trump, Oz is a friend. He's one of those TV guys that has said stuff for
popular.
a bunch of years that, he had to say because he was on TV. So
who knows?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting on Tuesday to see what happens in Pennsylvania because it's a tight race. Right now it's McCormick.
A lot of money.
McCormick has, it's Dr. Oz at 22. McCormick's at 20. She's at 19. And the plus or minus margin of the poll is 3%. So they're in a virtual dead heat.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're virtually tied. So anything can happen. I don't know. Maybe a fourth candidate comes in, sneaks in there and wins it. I don't know. So anyway, what are the biggest concerns of the American people right now? What do Americans think is at the top of the list of the problems we face? Yes, Jeffy.
Ukraine.
No.
That's not.
No, that's
he stole
not
my
it.
answer.
Dang it. No, you're both wrong then. Actually, it's inflation.
What?
Yes, inflation.
Why do people care about that?
Well, it seems to hit them where they live. That's probably why, Jeffy.
Look at this chart, man.
A very big problem. 70% say it's a very big problem.
You've been to any store at all lately?
Yeah.
Any store.
Yep. How about the affordability of healthcare, number 2, 55%. Violent crime, third, 54%.
Where's Ukraine?
We're coming up on it.
I was going to ask that.
Ukraine is a country in
That's
Europe.
where it is.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
That's where
thank
it
you.
is.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Corby.
Okay.
So we have violent crime at 4th, gun violence at 5th, the federal deficit, climate change. Wow, that's up higher than I think I've ever seen.
Kidding.
42% say it's a very big problem.
Wow.
There's a hole in the sky where the tree once
was.
was. Somebody's making money.
They just continue to hammer climate change.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's...
Yep, they're good at it.
So another way to look at that is only 42% think it's a very big problem, despite all the propaganda.
The quality of public K through 12 schools, 39%. Then illegal immigration, racism, the conditions of roads, bridges, and other infrastructure.
Stop it.
Where's Ukraine?
As much as they pound
Stop
that,
it.
it's only, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10th. Then you got unemployment at 11.
Roads.
Coronavirus outbreak at number 12 with only 19% of Americans saying it's a very big problem.
So Joe Biden saying that the pandemic is over, America disagrees. Is not
Joe
over.
Biden said
he said it's not over.
Not over. Americans disagree.
Right. Well, technically, we're still in a pandemic.
And we're always going to have that thing around, man. It's always going to be here.
We're just going to live with it now.
But and that's where America is at. We've been there for quite some time now. Come on, jump on this train, President Biden, because the rest of the country's been there for quite some time.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's not in the top 12? Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine is not.
But Mitch McConnell told me that was the biggest issue.
Did he say it's the biggest?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Or
Yeah,
the
turtle man.
Yeah.
Helping Ukraine is not an instance of mere philanthropy.
Not mere
It bears directly on America's national security and vital interests. That Russia's naked aggression not succeed.
He has a weird throat clear thing now.
And carries
Something's going on.
significant costs.
These guys got to go.
If Ukraine fails to repel Russian aggression, there's no question that the threat to America and European security will actually grow.
There's no question about
Our nation's history is packed packed with painful reminders that America cannot wish away global problems that affect us and our allies simply by burying our head in the sand.
Like a turtle.
Like a turtle. Large strong Republican vote for this crucial assistance over in the House, and urge my Senate colleagues on both sides to help us pass this urgent funding bill.
That's got to go.
We need this because the biggest problem we face is Ukraine, despite what the American people think. I don't care.
And there he is out there in the Senate chambers afterward.
We had a chance.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, then he flipped over. But his friends were around, fortunately, and they knew what to do. He's like, help me, please, somebody. Turtles, come over here. Flap, thank you. Thanks for the help.
That's what happens. Everybody helps the handicapped. That's what you do.
They made him the leader of the Republicans in the Senate.
Yeah.
Wow,
no one knows why.
It's a bold move.
We had a chance to get rid of him.
We did.
We had a really good chance to get rid of him, and Rand Paul pulled him out of the muck.
Pulled him right out of the fire.
And you can blame Kentucky election law on that one.
Because
Rand needed to be able to run on the ballot.
I know.
For both spots, president, yeah, okay, whatever.
I hate being reminded of that because it
just ticks me off.
Geez, I'm just pissed at everybody.
And now
in
I
office.
like it. You have to like Rand Paul again because he's the guy stopping the $40 billion going
in
to
the Senate,
Ukraine
because it got past the House. The Senate is stalling there thanks to Rand Paul. But speaking of the House,
I'm going to see to it that gets passed.
I'm going to fight that.
I'm going to fight tooth and nail because that's our biggest problem.
I appreciate what Marjorie Taylor Greene had to say.
Oh
over
my
the
gosh,
House.
no kidding.
This is good stuff right here about Ukraine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A rise in opposition to the Ukrainian supplemental bill, $40 billion. But there's no baby formula for American mothers and babies.
Thank you. Yeah.
An unknown amount of money to the CIA in the Ukraine supplemental bill, but there's no formula for American babies and mothers.
She said that already.
$54 million in COVID spending in Ukraine.
But
there's no formula for American babies and mothers.
Right.
$900 million for nonprofits and organizations in Ukraine. But there's no formula for American babies and mothers. $8.7 billion for economic support and funding in Ukraine, but there's no formula for American mothers and babies. If this is about claiming that it's about saving lives, let's be real. Then we would care about war-torn countries like Ethiopia. So that's a bunch of hypocrisy because I never hear Ethiopia brought up here. Totally ignoring, completely ignoring our own border crisis, our own baby formula crisis, and brutal inflation, skyrocketing gas prices that no one can afford, but $40 billion for Ukraine? Stop funding regime change and money laundering scams and U.S. politician cover-ups of their crimes in countries like Ukraine. The American people do not support paying for constant U.S. involvement in foreign affairs while our own government fails our own country. Let me remind everyone here, we swore an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and our borders. We should be paying attention to our country right now. I yield back. Thank you.
What if we change USA, our name USA, to Ukraine? Can we get
we'll get some of that money?
Will they start loving us again?
Yeah. Maybe we'll be sent some baby formula from the Netherlands or wherever they had. Denmark. Yeah. Okay. Same thing.
Did you see where
virtually the same thing?
The Russian ruble has eclipsed 31 major currencies in growth since the start of this year, becoming the globe's best performing currency, according to Bloomberg. In other words, what we're doing is not hurting Russia.
Oh my God.
It's hurting us.
Wow.
Just whatever.
I mean, you don't. After a while, there's nothing you can say about it.
I know.
We've said everything there is to say about it. We care more about. This is again another example of putting America last.
Sure is. I mean, she just got done fighting a court case that was pathetic. Just saying, making sure that it was okay that she could run for office.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And there's no baby formula on the shelf.
Right. But there's baby formula for illegal aliens sneaking across our border. We're sending pallet after pallet after pallet of baby formula to illegal aliens, and we can't get any at our local Kroger. It's unbelievable.
If you were to go down to the border and as a mother with your child, you think they'd give you some?
Are you coming from the north?
Have I renounced my citizenship and snuck across the border?
To feed my baby? Maybe.
From which direction are you approaching the border?
From coming from the north.
Then,
no,
get out of here.
They're not going to give you any. And that's why they told those border agents, keep your grubby mitts off that formula. Don't you dare take any of that home.
This is for people who aren't
I don't
supposed
care
to be
if your kids are starving.
Right. That's for all the people who broke our laws. Get your grubby hands off that.
Right.
Scumbags.
Yeah. That's what you get for obeying our laws.
Throw your asses in jail just like we did Ramos and Campion back in the 2000s. Don't make me do it.
I would not be surprised that they actually would make a public showing of that.
Yep. I'll give you something to cry about.
Right.
Don't make me come over there. They would. They would make that a public issue. They would. If some border agent who couldn't find any baby formula on the shelves helped himself to a can or two, that would be
absolutely
a major event for CNN. Oh, jeez. All right. Let me welcome a new sponsor to the show, Kamikoto Knives. Time to up your kitchen knife game. Nice. And this will up it as high as it will go. I promise. Kamikoto Knives. Using traditional techniques, Kamikoto crafts beautiful knives. They really are. Using steel sourced from Japan, each blade is made with techniques that have been honed and perfected by generation of knife smiths. They come in a beautiful heavy-duty ash wood box, and every blade is individually inspected, and it comes with a lifetime guarantee. These knives cut through things. We sliced up some steaks with these a couple weeks ago, and it's like butter. It's like you're cutting through butter. It's like a hot knife through butter just going through that steak. Fantastic. Because of their single bevel edge, Kamikoto knives can achieve a wickedly sharp edge. The kind you can't just get with any other knife. These are cut through your ribeye like butter, as I just mentioned, sharp. Kamikoto knives are used by several chefs working at Michelin star restaurants around the world. They make amazing gifts that come in beautiful boxes. You can maintain each knife's edge with one of Kamikoto's sharpening whetstones. And like I said, they're so confident in their product that each and every knife comes with a lifetime guarantee. If you go ahead and buy now, Kamikoto is offering you an extra $50 off site-wide on top of their special offers. Go to Kamikoto, Kamikoto.com, Kamikoto.com, and use the offer code UNLEASHED for an extra $50 off. Kamikoto.com/unleashed. Kamikoto, Kamikoto.com/unleashed.
Enhance our underlying effort to accommodate the Russian oligarchs and make sure we take their ill-begotten gains.
Ill-begotten gains.
We're going to accommodate them.
We're going to accommodate.
We're going to seize their yachts,
not
their
hold them
luxury
accountable.
homes, and other ill-begotten gains.
Ill-begotten.
Of Putin's
it's ill-gotten. Moron.
Kleptocracy.
Yeah.
The guys who are the kleptocracies.
I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this every day. Every day. Just to make sure people hear it. Because it needs to be heard and understood that the guy is gone.
Yeah.
Gone. That's not ageist. Not making fun of him because he's old. We're making fun of him because he's the president of the United States and he shouldn't be in that office. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't take it. I just can't take it today. Astronomers have revealed the first photograph of the black hole at the center of the galaxy.
Nice.
How cool is that?
It's really cool. It's really cool.
At a simultaneous press conference around the world, including at the National Science Foundation sponsored press conference here in the United States, the U.S. National Press Club. I'm glad we know where it was now. Astronomers have unveiled the very first image of the supermassive black hole at the center of our own Milky Way galaxy. That's really cool. It's a supermassive black hole. There it is.
There it is. Look at that.
Look at it.
Look at that. Right
Look
there.
Right there.
You can see. Do we have the chart that they put out? Yeah, where it's at. It's kind of cool.
Well, it's at the center of our galaxy.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's right. Look at that. It's right smack dab in the middle of the galaxy. Huh.
And it's just around the corner. You can get there. Just hop in the old car. And
hop in the old
car and get there.
Do you know how much gas costs? How much would gas cost to go 26,000 light years?
Otherwise, we'd be there.
Yeah.
If it wasn't so expensive. Gas is over $4 a gallon now. So
it's not practical.
Now it's not a good time to go.
I saw it under $4 at a Sam's Club.
Did you?
Yesterday.
Was there a long line?
About 1 billion cars.
Oh my.
Really?
About 1 billion.
Yeah, we might be rationing gas.
I
this
could
summer.
be off by a couple of cars, but it looked like 1 billion cars.
I can't believe we're going back to all this stuff now.
I know.
No, we've blown past it. I think we're past the 70s at this point.
I mean, they're already talking about rationing and shortages of diesel.
No, we're headed back to the 30s.
Already.
We're headed back to the Depression 30s, where you couldn't get things. You had to ration things.
Yep.
All through World War II, we were rationing things. So, good luck with that. Won't that be fun? Won't that be nice?
I'm going to say no to that.
Maybe we'll just get sucked into the supermassive black hole and we won't have to worry about it.
I'm game.
At this point,
I'm game.
I'm almost ready for that.
Me too.
Let's go to Eric in New York. Hey, Eric, you're on the Blaze.
Bingo.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, hey.
We got a team.
Double bingo there. That was cool.
Nice.
My 12-year-old daughter here.
All right.
Hey.
Where did your bingo occur?
It was diagonal from the left to right. And Lydia's going to read them off to you.
Okay.
All right.
Look, fat, look.
Right.
Jesse mentions wife's grandkids. We need a conversation.
Okay.
And the math adds up.
All
and
right.
Angel.
Excellent.
That's right. You got it.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Nice job.
All right. Well, enjoy that $30 worth of merchandise at PatGrayShop.com.
They only get one of those. Don't think you're going to milk two out of us with the kid on the line.
Squiggly line _.
No, I don't think you need that.
Blaze.
I think they
TV
took that off of
thing.
the address.
Did they? Okay. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. It's just shopblaze.com/Pat, right? It's just that easy, I
Yes,
believe.
it is.
I
Just
believe
that
it's
easy.
just
Yes.
that easy.
What? No.
Shop, it's not?
I don't.
What is it?
It's right there. PatGrayShop.com.
Oh, that's right.
No squiggly line.
No squiggly line.
Slash.
No Blaze thing either.
I think-
Doesn't even say anything about the Blaze.
I'm sure that works, but you don't need it anymore.
PatGrayShop.com.
Boom. PatGrayShop.com.
And it really is just that easy.
Like literally that easy.
if that's right.
Oh,
It's right. PatGrayShop.com. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Smoke it.
All right. And as long as we're talking about .coms, go to Kexi.com too and just order some cookies for your dad for Father's Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd
You,
like
you know
to
what you could
accept
do
my
is
dad's
order
day.
them right now so that you have them, put them in the freezer, then take them out and give them to him on Father's Day.
Can you schedule a delivery day?
You could, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I think you can.
You think you can?
I think you can.
Well,
I mean,
you better
I
do
don't
some
handle
recon on your own
details like
company.
that,
running
Keith.
this joint.
Right?
I don't handle details
Oh my
like that.
goodness! Am I gonna have to do research for you on your own company? All right.
But you will get delicious cookies, the best that have ever existed on this planet. The lemon lavender thing is so delicious. Really, you got to try it.
It was pretty darn good.
Pretty darn
I
good.
just had some last weekend, as a matter of fact.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Was it a Mother's
very
Day
good.
thing? Did you get some for Mother's Day?
Sure. Whatever. However.
Sure.
Sure. Absolutely.
All right. Kexi.com. KEKSI.com to get yours. Let's see. What else? Keith has posted a poll on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about this coming up in a minute because we got to discuss this 2,000 mule situation. But anyway, what the poll results were: will future U.S. elections become more secure because of the election fraud exposed or the exposés on it? Yes, they'll improve. Garnered 16%.
Mm-hmm.
No, things will get worse. 84.
I mean, we don't trust our elections, and why should we? the stuff that this documentary exposes.
84-16.
We don't even believe in our elections.
No, that's sad. But with good reason.
With very good reason.
I mean, when you see the movie, it will. I think it'll give you pause for thought. That's for sure. And we'll get into this coming up next. Tweets here. Dresh Dog tweets, how does one become Senate or House leader of a party? Is it who you pay off or seniority? I think it's a little of both.
Well, turtles live forever. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Exponential Strength tweets, I don't think this is a managed decline anymore. I think they saw people were getting wise to it, so they accelerated it to the max. Now it's a runaway train, and we're barely staying on the tracks. Problem is there's a sharp turn ahead, and we're not slowing down. Jim Eagle 17, unless they fix the voting laws in Pennsylvania, it doesn't matter who the nominee is, a Republican can't win. You know, I might have disputed that up until we just watched 2,000 Mules, the Dinesh D'Souza movie.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of days.
Eye-opening.
Wow.
Terrifying.
Finished it yesterday, and it gave me some questions.
How long is it?
I don't know, 7 hours, something like that.
We're busy people, dude.
It's an hour and a half, I think, something right around there. But it left me with some questions, and the biggest question I have is, what's the deal with Eric Metaxas and his green pants?
Yeah, those green pants really stood out.
The green pant thing has...
Really?
Yeah, it's got to stop.
Was he being interviewed at
Augusta
National?
I have not seen the 2,000
Or is
Mules
it,
yet.
if it's March 17th, it's St. Patrick's Day, maybe that's appropriate.
But you got to know going in. Somebody's got to tell you this is going to air on other days.
Otherwise, Eric, stop with the green pants. Okay, no green pants.
How about no?
How about no on the green pants?
Man, but watching that movie...
Seriously, though.
Angry.
This movie
changed
my mind on the subject of voter fraud in the last presidential election. The Sidney Powell stuff turned me off so much. Going from, I have proof Trump won by a landslide and I'm going to release the Kraken, to perhaps the Kraken wasn't real after all. And no reasonable person would conclude that the statements were truly statements of fact.
Right, and that threw shade on a lot of the other cases.
Yeah,
that this shines a light on. I mean,
completely turned me off too.
Any fraud. Jackie Daly of the Blaze Radio and Network and Podcast Network. She, worked in Georgia for the Trump campaign and worked in Arizona for the Trump campaign for some of that, and she believes wholeheartedly in that election fraud that went on in those states.
Well, Joe told us the truth when he said,
we have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Hello. No argument for me. I think he's right.
Hello.
And keep in mind, Dinesh, his film just focused on the drop boxes.
Yeah.
It didn't cover any of the other allegations. Yeah. And just on the drop box evidence alone and the votes that were flipped, it shows you that, in my opinion, the wrong guy is sitting in the White House.
Was Metaxas like dancing on the voter
you gotta
boxes
see it.
or whatever?
You gotta see it.
Do we have
hysterical.
Do we have a picture?
He was doing
of
a little Irish jig on the voter boxes. Yeah, on the drop box.
You got to watch it. It's worth the money.
Watch it.
I know, but
yeah.
Take a screenshot or something. Let me see it.
No, it's a movie that Dinesh put his blood, sweat, and tears into, and we're not going to cheapen it by showing you.
That's a way to promo it.
Eric
I want to see Eric's
dancing on the
stupid green pants.
Pay your $30
right?
and watch it.
What a cheapskate!
Okay, it's not that hard, really.
I just want to see the green pants.
I appreciate you covering the admission for me. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But we should have listened. Why didn't we listen when Biden told us the truth?
We have put together, I think, the most.
No, he did.
Though.
The most
extensive
and inclusive
voter fraud
organization
in the history of American politics.
Right there it is.
And people thought, that's just Joe screwing up the English language again.
Sure.
He doesn't know what he's saying. No, instead, he was actually just telling us the truth for a change.
Yep. I'm going to tell him. I don't care.
Put together the most extensive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
I'm going to tell him I don't care.
Yeah, and he did. He told us, and that's why he's in the office right now.
And
it's fascinating though when you watch this thing. It's hard to because they have video evidence of it.
Oh gosh, so bad.
And they have technological evidence of it because these voters, these people's phones pinged at all these different places,
Right.
so they knew where they went and where they went to get the ballots, and then where they ended up putting them in the drop boxes. Now, you shouldn't be able to put a bunch of votes in the drop box. You shouldn't be able to do that. You should have to go to your polling place, and you should place your vote there, and then get the hell out and go home.
Yeah, and don't forget they
I
started
agree.
wearing gloves the day after the indictment of the person whose fingerprints were traced to fraudulent ballots. And it's like all of a sudden, wait, I guess the word went out.
Mm-hmm.
Got your
Well, when you
fingerprints.
put together the largest network,
What was it he
We
said?
have put together, I think, the most extensive, inclusive,
and inclusive
voter fraud
organization
in the history of American politics.
In the history of American politics.
just group text.
That's all you have to do. Some of these people went to, they showed this one guy showing up at a drop box at 3:57 a.m. So there's not a lot of traffic around. And he's being filmed, gets out of his car, doesn't even park his car because it's, 4 in the morning. And so he just walks up to the drop box, pushes all these ballots into it. And then he goes to 27, is it 26 or 20? Yeah, I think it's 26 other counties and drops off.
No. 6 other counties, and I think it was, right?
20-something
other boxes. Or whatever.
Could be. I don't know.
Something like that.
It's a
It's
bunch
damning.
of different
It's damning.
counties.
But
and
he was busy working.
He's busy working. And they say they estimate they're getting about $10 a vote. So if you get $10 a ballot and you deliver, 100 ballots, that's $1,000.
They have an interview with one of these mules who turns informant that is damning the stuff that she presents.
Big time.
It's so obvious. But
Phenomenal.
what's going to happen, man? What's going to happen? Do you think anybody's going to watch this movie in law enforcement and then go and do something about this? Are there going to be prosecutions over this?
No.
Are states going to suddenly lock down their elections?
Nope.
No.
I don't think so.
And that's why 84% of the people voting on the poll say that, it's not going to get any better. How do you look at your kids with a straight face and say, oh, yeah, we're the land of the free. Yeah, see, we're better than other countries because we do it right here. No, France just had their presidential election, and they knew their winner that night, and these were all paper ballots. Amazing what you can do. It's
Although France is, the size of Georgia.
Okay. Well, okay, how long did it take Georgia to count their ballots?
I
I'm
know,
sorry
it's-
for the busted pipe and the new arena. Ugh. Help.
And that used to be one thing that we were pretty solid on.
It sure did.
We helped other people with their votes.
Sure.
Jimmy Carter, remember, he used to go around and make sure everybody's vote was fair and accurate.
I
Other
think he believed
Americans
that, though.
went around the world.
At
They
that
did.
time, I believe that. I believe that we believe that. I still believe today that Jimmy Carter, actually liked the country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really believe that anymore about many of our leaders.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of my whole take on Bill Clinton, too. I just think he was a selfish baby boomer from the 60s.
Hardworking guy.
A hippie. And then he just was looking out for himself. Whereas you get to Obama onward, and then they hate America.
Obama clearly hated America.
Yes.
He demonstrated that on multiple occasions. Multiple. So, and that while Biden pretends to love America, I don't think he does.
No, he's so
I don't think he does.
compromised.
Yeah, very compromised.
Man, he's surrounded by Marxists.
Yep. All right, 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We got this video from I don't know who sent this to us.
It doesn't matter. It's just a great video.
It's
a great video of a dog.
Great video of a
wanting
dog.
to eat some good, yummy junk food.
Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Check
right?
this out.
Okay. Oh, look at cute
He thinks
doggy.
he's going to get Cheetos.
He's a cutie. Oh no.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, he's not happy.
He turns vicious when it turns out to be lettuce.
Oh, that was a mean owner right there. Psych.
That's kind of funny. What are you closing your eyes and shaking your head
No,
for?
it was funny.
It was funny.
No, it was
Show it
funny.
again.
Yeah,
Show
see?
it again.
That was funny.
I
It
liked
was
it.
funny.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
let's
look,
watch
he
it
thinks
again.
he's in for some Cheetos.
What? He goes from 0 to 60, man. Just like that. Poor thing.
I can relate to that because I hate
was just going to say,
too.
if somebody pulled a piece of lettuce out of a bag
out of a Cheeto bag, you bet I'd be growling at them. If you're a dog owner, we've got something great for you. It's not Cheetos, but they love it just as much as if it were Cheetos. This is a little doggy crack, this Rough Greens. It's a dog food supplement. It's not the dog food. You just sprinkle this on your dog's food, and then they love it. And don't tell them it's good for them. That'll be our little secret.
And then they'll growl at you.
Yeah,
if you do.
And you don't want them growling at you like that. You don't want that. This is a dog food supplement. Your dog will go crazy for it. It puts the vitamins and minerals, the probiotics, the antioxidants into your dog's food. And I know my dog Belle loves this stuff so much she won't eat her food without it. Now you can try a free bag of Rough Greens just to make sure, because Rough Greens wants to make sure that your dog loves it as much as mine and Glenn's and Stu's dogs do. So they'll send you a free bag for your dog to try out, just a small sample bag, and all you have to pay is the shipping. Just go to roughgreens.com and they'll send it to you, and then you figure out whether your dog loves it as much as mine does, and then you go for it. RUFFgreens.com, roughgreens.com, or 833-783-3364.
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
All right, so I saw. I'm sorry, but I saw a video of our president, Joseph Robinette Biden.
Oh, he's good.
Speaking, and I'm not sure where this was at, but this is where he was where we find out that he calls Trump the Great MAGA King, and but the numbers that he talks about after calling Trump the Great MAGA King, I find difficult to believe.
Republican colleagues say these programs to help the working class and middle class people, they say that's why we have inflation. They're dead wrong. Under my predecessor, the Great MAGA King, the deficit increased every single year he was president.
Right.
The first year of my presidency, the first year,
also pandemic,
I reduced the deficit, literally reduced the deficit by $350 billion.
What?
First year.
With all the pandemic spending, I don't believe that.
He's only been in office a year and a half.
I don't believe that.
And this year,
we're
on track to cut the federal deficit by $1.5 trillion, the biggest decline in debt ever in America.
It can't be true. They just spent $5.8 trillion on garbage. $5.8 trillion. Didn't they just propose a $6 trillion budget? And we're spending billions on Ukraine. We're still spending billions on the pandemic. Where is he cutting the budget?
And
$1 trillion.
Jeffy's instincts are right. The big drop in deficits is because of that one time, that massive COVID-19 expenditure. Has nothing to do with Biden,
I still don't
belt
believe
tightening or anything like that.
I still don't believe that added up to, because he's added so much extra spending.
Oh my gosh.
How is it possible
They haven't stopped.
that he did not cut the first year's budget by $350 billion? I don't believe that. I do not believe that.
The printing machines haven't stopped. I mean, they're smoking every day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Such a lie. He's such a lying sack.
Maybe that's just it.
Yeah, he's
that's
a
the
lying
whole
sack.
thing.
Oh, that's definitely it.
I give you my word as a Biden.
Yeah, which is powerful, right? Ooh, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, does that include you and Hunter? And wow, I mean, that's
the whole family.
Pretty special.
Yeah.
Pretty special. Huh, thanks.
Real special. What about Jill?
Yeah.
Lady McBiden Jill? Yeah, that's
Dr. Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking here.
You're looking at
Biden is. Yeah, Biden's expenditures are above every year, above what Trump's were.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
I know. This is. So even that article I was reading was wrong in this respect. As far as expenditures, I'm trying to see what the intake was. It's hard to scroll up and down here and see which column is which. So I don't know. I don't know what the intakes were.
We're going to get to the bottom of this thing, though. Believe you me.
Was it that so many people had
Believe
lost
you
their
me.
jobs and maybe tax revenue was down?
No, I
maybe
just
that
saw they had
explains it.
record
numbers.
income. They had record tax
I'm trying
income.
to figure out how they got that number, how the liar got the number.
I'd like to know, too.
Figure out here.
Maybe he's just not even bothering.
It's almost possible like they just made it up.
What?
Yeah, it is.
Come on now.
That is almost possible.
Not my president.
Well, let's play the game. This guy's not my president. That's what they said about Trump all the time, isn't
All
it?
the time.
He's not
And
my
Bush.
president.
All the time.
I mean, yeah.
And Bush. Mhm.
And we're going to get to the bottom of January 6th, the day democracy almost died.
Uh-huh.
Because we can't, if someone questioned the election, like they did for 5 years, but we can't do that.
Was it 70%? Yeah, we just had a stat on a survey that 70% of Democrats still think the 2016 election was stolen by Donald Trump with the help of the Russians. 70% of Democrats.
That's embarrassing.
Well,
it is.
I think they're probably polling people that have these free crack pipes.
That's possible.
From Joe Biden.
Maybe.
Because they've been delivering those, and that's been helpful, right?
I'm not opposed to free things, and I don't know that I would answer that.
Did you receive a free crack pipe kit?
I was supposed to.
Oh, yeah? Did you put an order
I
in?
was absolutely supposed to, and it has not arrived yet. And
So I
I'm
thought
really
this was
bummed.
a kit that the administration originally said a few months ago. No, this isn't a thing.
It
We're
exists,
not giving out.
then it doesn't exist.
Right. Oh, it
and I mean,
exists.
I heard from people that work at these clinics that absolutely exists. And I was supposed to receive one of the kits, and I have not received it yet.
Shocker.
They're
you were.
safe smoking kits. They want you to have safe smoking. Though it remains unclear if any have applied for or will receive funds from the administration's $30 million harm reduction program grant that will be doled out later this month. These people are the worst.
But we're cutting the deficit.
They're
right
the
down.
worst. Yeah, that's great. So they lied about this program, too.
Correct.
It wasn't there, then it was, and it wasn't that, now it is. So it's there.
What's harm reduction?
It's harm reduction.
Harm reduction.
That's right.
I love the spin.
It's a really good thing.
Somebody gets paid good money to come up with these terms. Harm reduction.
I mean, this was a record year for drug deaths, right? So, I mean, we need to do, something has to be done.
Something, if it only
Something
saves
has to be
one
done.
life, isn't it worth it?
Yes, I would say yes to that.
I rest my case.
Oh, yeah, and somebody else is getting paid good money to come up with, what is his name there?
Vapo McJuicy.
Nice.
Vapo McJuicy. Look at him. Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Vapo McJuicy. What? Exciting. What are you doing here?
Oh, no.
So stupid. This is what they're sitting around doing all day?
Yeah.
In
Your tax dollars at work.
in Washington?
Yeah.
Save it, Fed. I'm not here for your manners. I'm here to tell the American people liquid nicotine can be poisonous to children.
Oh, thanks, Vapo McJuicy.
Store liquid nicotine in its child-resistant packaging. Tightly seal the container after each use and keep it locked out of sight and out of reach of kids.
Vapo.
Thank you.
Wow, thanks, VM. We're not on VM terms.
Oh, Vapo McJuicy with attitude.
Ha You're wild, Vapo. So good to see you.
I swear, what is happening to this country?
I don't know. I
have,
really don't know.
Is it like a middle schooler project?
Oh, yes.
Now,
Oh, yes. I mean, they're just, they're...
That's giving it way too much credit. This is like elementary school. This is like kindergarten stuff.
that was tweeted out. That drawing in that little conversation that Pat just read was tweeted out under a government account.
It's trying to help the kids.
Try to help the kids. If it saves
Trying to help the kids.
one life,
Trying to make sure that the
was worth it.
adults
It was worth doing.
being safe.
Vapo McJuicy.
Yep, that's what we're making sure of. By the way, speaking of which, COVID deaths are up again slightly. Deaths from COVID are on the rise
Lock it
after
down.
several weeks of upward ticking case rates.
It's coming.
Driving the news, the U.S. averaged roughly 365 daily deaths. That's up 7% from about 342 2 weeks ago. That's still a fraction
That's
of where
still
stuff
nothing.
was.
Yes, that's...
When we were at one point, I think it was like 4,000 deaths a week, right? We were in the 4,000 area for a while. The increase in death comes after several weeks of declines, though. while increasingly transmissible Omicron variants have generally not appeared to cause more serious illness, some people are still dying.
They are. Some people, it's still bad for some people.
It still is. By the numbers, there were roughly 77,000 new daily cases over the last week. That's up 44% from 53,000 2 weeks ago. And then 2 weeks before that, it was like 27,000.
Yeah.
Reported cases remained highest in the Northeast, with Rhode Island marking 67.3 new cases per 100,000 people.
And that's what they're. I mean, it's starting to spring. It's springtime, right? People are coming outside and seeing each other.
Like a cycle, even.
It does almost
and it also
sound
sounds
like a cycle.
The timing, as predicted on this program, that would peak in the summertime, would set the stage for remote voting, just like in Dinesh D'Souza's film.
That's why you can't get rid of the drop boxes.
Right.
Which must be gotten rid of, by the way. We must rid ourselves of the drop box. There's too much fraud going on. And we have it documented on video.
And what you just read there,
so racist?
What you just read there are the seeds for how the Democrats plan to win the midterms.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, 5 states reported declines. Montana.
Okay.
Alaska. Colorado, Pennsylvania, and Washington also reported dips. It doesn't seem like we have any cases in Texas. I don't hear of anybody getting this anymore. Nobody has masks on. Nobody's worried about it. We don't really even socially distance anymore. No. It's like, I mean, we're all jammed together and we're not getting it anymore. Leave us alone.
Like, yeah, it is like, just leave us alone.
Yeah. I mean,
it would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would.
It sure would. I'd like to try that. Can we try a system of government where the premise is that you leave us alone? Can we give that a shot? I'd like to give it a spin.
Let's give it a shot. Let's do.
I mean,
what do you got?
I don't know. It just seems like that's not a democracy.
No, get out of my face.
If they leave us alone, that's not a democracy?
It's not a democracy.
Okay, what is it? What is it? What would you call it if they just leave us alone?
I don't know. What, a democratic republic, maybe, something like that? That's not
big
supposed
words.
to happen, right?
Some big words from Jeff Fisher.
Yeah.
United States, separate entities.
Okay, now you're just kind of...
Now you're just being silly.
You're making up stuff on the fly.
Silly. Let me finish up with these tweets.
Okay.
Wayne007 tweets, Patty LuPone is the epitome of the elitist rules for thee but not for me culture. Pull up your mask is the new celebrity. Don't make eye contact with me. Bird Mama 82. Do you think the government cares about the baby food shortage? They're too busy with inclusivity, teaching our children they're all racist white devils and must change their gender and sending Ukraine blackmail money.
I will say Meghan McCain had a great point when she, and I'm not a big fan of Meghan, but she was talking about if there was an erectile dysfunction drug shortage, the government would be on it. Kind of a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The politicians would be like, we must do something. I have a bill.
Something has got to be done.
Emergency bill.
All right, we will see you back here on Overtime coming up.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.